And as you know, I love to help you simplify your offices. So let me get stuck straight into the content today. So as I know a lot of us are time poor, so I'll just get stuck straight on in. Feel free to say hi as you come on in, and I'll come back at the end and say hi and answer any questions you've got. So today I thought I'd talk about outsourcing. And why would you even bother to outsource? Well, there's a couple of reasons why you'd want to think about outsourcing. I've got a few ideas that I'm going to talk to you about. So number one, it saves time. Number two, it can save stress. And number three, when done well, it can save you a lot of money as well. So let's go back to number one, the saves time. So imagine this scenario. You're a business owner, and I know all of you are, and you've got this job that you keep putting off, and you just don't want to do, that you absolutely can't stand doing. And it might be like we were talking about last week or the week before, I think it was, the filing. That's going to take you a lot of time to do if you let it pile up. There's the general day-to-day admin work. If you're not an admin person, you're not going to enjoy doing it. You're going to let it pile up. You're going to find every excuse under the sun to do it, get away from doing it. And then when you do have to do it, so if you've got to do your BAS every 3 months, like most businesses in Australia, you will find it takes you 3 times, or sometimes it's just a heck of a lot longer to actually get the preparation done. The BAS statement itself is usually only takes about 5 minutes to do by the time you run the reports and transfer the data over to your form. However, what takes a lot of people time doing the BAS is the fact that they've left the jobs that they don't want to do, like the admin work, undone. So they've then got to rush through, spend all that time getting it done in a hurry. So you don't want to do that to yourself. So what you want to do is actually create yourself a situation where you're working on the jobs that you know you're good at, the jobs that you enjoy. And if you've got somebody else out who can do those jobs for you within your business or outside of your business, and you've got them working in the areas that they enjoy, it's going to cut the time in half to do a job. Because if you enjoy doing something, it's not a job then, is it? You just get in, you get it done. Whereas if it's something that you really, really don't want to be doing, you tend to procrastinate, you tend to drag your feet doing it, you really struggle to get it done. So one of the reasons outsourcing can actually be really good for saving time is, if you find the right person to do that job for you, they're going to have it done quickly, they're going to have it done efficiently, they're going to have it done and back to you before you know it. And it just happened on time, sort of thing. So some of the things I do for some people are like, I might handle their email list, for example. So I can actually go through their email list and say to them, okay, these are rubbish, we delete those, and you just need to look at this one, and that one. So that saves you time in itself. So if you hate reading your emails, that's something somebody else might be able to do for you, unless you get a lot of sensitive data that obviously you need to have someone you trust doing that. So there's that sort of thing that you can look at there. A lot of people don't like doing their account work, as in the bookkeeping. So having someone else to do that, or someone coming into the office to do it, or whether you have someone doing it over the internet like I do, or whether you just have somebody on staff who loves to do it. Outsourcing doesn't necessarily mean outsourcing from the business. It also means outsourcing from you. It means giving you the time to do the jobs that you are good at and that only you can do, and the ones that will help you build your business and grow your business. So outsourcing in that respect is a great thing to do. So you've just got to learn to give up the control sometimes. Because I know a lot of small business owners get stuck in the we need to control everything stage. So getting over that little fear and trusting people to do the work for you can save you a lot of time. And if you're not having to worry about getting, say, that bank statement reconciled, or getting the mailing done, or whatever it is that you don't like to do about your business, it takes the stress off you for having to get it done. So it saves you both time and stress, because you're not having to deal with it personally. So your stress goes down, which then helps you invest more time and energy back into doing the things you love and growing your business. So these things are great little tools that you can use to help you. So number one, outsourcing jobs to people either within your organization or externally to your organization can actually, so far we've discussed how it saves you time and it saves you stress because you're not doing the work that you don't like to do. It's not piling up. It's done. It's ready to go. So take the example of the BAS I mentioned earlier. It's simple because then at come BAS time, if somebody else has run all the accounts for you and done all the bank reconciliations and got all the prep work done on time as it goes, not only do you have reliable information to work with on a week-by-week basis, when it comes time to do something like your BAS, you're not employing someone to sit there for 3 weeks at a time sometimes, getting everything up to date. It takes you 5 minutes, your BAS is done, bingo. BAS is due, done, 5 minutes, stress done, no stress about it, it's just done. So that's one example of how you can save time and you can save stress. Now the next best thing about the potential for outsourcing is it can actually save you money. So if you've got a really small business that's growing to the point, for example, that it's beyond just you. You're the owner of the business. You're the only person in the business. So if it's getting to the point where you need to have somebody come in and do your admin work or do your sales work or something like that, but you can't afford to have a staff member, you can actually outsource that to someone like myself or someone on a part-time basis, and you don't actually, or on a contract basis. So what that does is you don't have to spend time and money setting up a space for the person in the office. You don't have to actually generally look after all the things that come with having an employee, such as your insurances, workers' compensation, and in many cases, you may not even need to worry about superannuation for them as well. So it saves you all that money associated with the cost of having an employee. So yes, you will pay a little bit more per hour for someone on a contract basis, but they're taking all of those worries away from you. And you know the work's going to get done and you can get back to doing what you've got to do to make that business boom. So in summary, we've got the 3 things about outsourcing that are really useful. They save time, they save stress, and they save money. So think about it. What jobs do you need to be doing and what jobs can you outsource? As sometimes for a solopreneur, it might just be paying your kids $5 an hour to stuff the envelopes with your mail. So it doesn't necessarily mean going out really outside, a long way outside and bringing someone brand new in. It can just be if you're in that situation where you're working by yourself, just pay the kids to stuff the mail for you so that it's done. You don't have to stuff the envelopes because that gives you time back to do other things. So it's about finding those little things that you don't need to be doing that help the business run, but take time away from what you do need to be doing to make money from the business. Because we all go into business for a lifestyle, don't we? We don't go in to be working 12, 20-hour days every day of the week. So let's look at the way, my challenge for you in the next few weeks is to look at what you don't need to be doing yourself and look at what systems you can put in place or what people you can put in place that can take some of that load for you and share the load. Make it easy for yourself. You want to be enjoying your life. You didn't run a business to have the business run you. You started a business to gain a lifestyle, and outsourcing can actually help you get that. So that's my Southern tip for this week. So I will see you next week with another Southern tip. Bye for now.